Welcome back, reinforcement learning. This session I explained the comparison of Epsilon-Greedy and Softmax selection policy for solving the multi-arm bandit problem. Okay, last sessions I explained how to solve the multi-arm bandit problem with Epsilon-Greedy approach and Softmax selection policy. Okay, now this session I compare the both Epsilon-Greedy approach and Softmax selection policies. Multi-arm bandit problem is the fundamental concept in reinforcement learning. In this concept, agent must decide take which action to take from a set of options, or say which arm to be opened for available arms to maximize the cumulative reward. That is the multi-arm bandit main objective. The objective of the agent is to decide which action to be taken from a set of possible actions to maximize the cumulative reward. This is the main objective of the multi-arm bandit problem. In this problem, we can solve by using Epsilon-Greedy approach and Softmax selection policy. In these two approaches, we are using exploration and exploitation concept. In exploration means trying out new options to collect the information of the rewards. That is the exploration. Exploit is the choosing the best reward action to maximize the cumulative reward. Okay, in to solve the multi-arm bandit problem, we have to balance the both, explore the new options and exploit the best option. Okay, these two, okay, exploration, exploitation must be balanced. Okay, to balance the exploration and exploitation, we are using either Epsilon-Greedy approach or Softmax selection policies in last sessions. Okay, now we compare the both approaches to balance the exploration and exploitation. Okay, Epsilon-Greedy strategy. In Epsilon-Greedy strategy, the main motto of this strategy, it is mainly focused on exploitation. Okay, it is less focus on exploration. It is mainly focused on exploitation, less focused on exploration. Okay, it is here Epsilon-Greedy strategy is a simple and initiative approach where the agent most exploit the best known action and occasionally explores other action to discover the better rewards. Okay, in Epsilon-Greedy strategy, the agent more concentrated on exploitation and less focused on exploration. Okay, in this mechanism, we in Epsilon-Greedy strategy, we are taking epsilon and 1 minus epsilon is the key factors. We are choosing the epsilon. Epsilon is the small. We take the smallest epsilon value for the. It is represent the probability of the exploration count. It is represent the probability of the exploration operation. The 1 minus epsilon is the probability of the exploitation. So we are balance the exploration and exploitation Epsilon-Greedy approach. In this mechanism, we are taking the epsilon is the Susan probability and 1 minus epsilon for the exploitation. Okay, these two we are using in Epsilon-Greedy approach mechanism. The key feature is epsilon. Okay, we are perform the exploration in the fixed rate. In fixed rate means epsilon. We are defined the exploration rate is epsilon. So that is the fixed. We are not moving. We are not taking other more than epsilon. We are taking fixed with the epsilon exploration operation. And here we are perform the only two actions only. The binary decision. Here we perform either exploitation or exploration. Okay, epsilon times we are perform the exploration. After epsilon times we go to the 1 minus epsilon times exploitation. Only two decisions, either exploration and exploitation. Advantages here is the Epsilon-Greedy approach is very simple approach. There is no calculations are not required here. It is a very simple approach and the guaranteed exploration. The guaranteed exploration means where we have fixed the random. There is no probability based selections are not required here. We have fixed the options, we have picked the options randomly in Epsilon-Greedy approach. So there is a no non-zero, there is a no zero probability options. All actions have a non-zero probability of non-zero probability of options. So we can choose options guaranteedly in Epsilon-Greedy approach, and it is very simple to implement. The next one, drawback, the epsilon rate is the fixed. That is the main drawback in Epsilon-Greedy approach. We are not explore the other than epsilon count. So maybe we miss the better rewards for the fixed exploration rate, and some agent may converge. The next one is potential for suboptimal convergence. Okay, here early exploratory actions, early exploratory operations may mislead the results. Okay, that is also one of the problem in Epsilon-Greedy strategy. The next one is best use cases where we are using the Epsilon-Greedy strategy. It is a very simple approach, and it is the static environment where it is the environment is static. We are here we are using Epsilon-Greedy strategy when the problem is simple and the environment of the problem is static, then we are using Epsilon-Greedy strategy. The next one is Softmax selection policy. The Softmax selection policy is a mainly probabilistic based option selected policy method. Here the Softmax selection policy is a more sophisticated approach that select the actions probabilistically based on their estimated rewards. Based on the rewards, we are distribute the options. The probability distribution is calculated for the all options based on their rewards. Based on that, we are perform the exploration and exploitation by using Softmax mechanism. In Softmax mechanism, we are calculate the probability distributions by using the probability distribution is calculated that is proportional to the exponential estimated reward. That is the proportional to the exponential estimated reward, and it is moderated by temperature parameter, that is the tau. This is the temperature parameter is the key factor in Softmax selection policy like epsilon in Epsilon-Greedy approach. Okay, this temperature parameter tune the both exploration and exploitations. Here the tau the tune the both exploration and exploitation. We are taking the lower tau value for exploitation, higher tau value for exploration. Okay, we are taking the higher tau value for exploration. Thus exploration, why it is a uniform distribute the all options initially, and the lower tau value for the exploitation. When we have the knowledge of all options, we have the knowledge of rewards of the all options, we are from the exploitation with the low tau values. The key features here, the splitting of the transformation of the exploration to exploitation is performed with gradually. Okay, it is gradually exploration. In Epsilon-Greedy approach, we perform the only epsilon times perform the exploration, but here gradually exploration. Unlike the binary decision of the Epsilon-Greedy, Softmax allows for a gradual and continuous exploration of all actions with the probabilities that adapt based on the estimated rewards. That is the main key feature in Softmax selection policy. Next one is temperature parameter. Temperature for tau is the one of the basic feature, important feature. It is fine tune the both exploration and exploitations operations. The next one is advantage, the smooth transition. It transition from exploration to exploitation, the gradual transform the operations. Next, adaptability. It is performed in dynamic nature, so it is adaptable to any environment based on the tau parameter. Next, drawbacks. We in Softmax selection policy, we calculate the probability distribution of the all options. So it requires the more computational operations, and the parameter sensitivity. The very important here is the temperature parameter. The values of the temperature parameter affect the results. So we are taking different. We are taking lower value for the exploitation, higher value for exploration. If you change the order, we get the wrong results. We get the poor results. So The parameter sensitivity is very important in softmax selection policy. The next one is use cases. In use cases, it is ideal for dynamic environment. Epsilon-Greedy is ideal for the static environment. The softmax selection policy is ideal for the dynamic environment, and it is suitable for any type of environments, any type of scenarios, any type of operations or applications. It can be very fine tuned, that is balance both exploration and exploitations. The summary of the comparisons of the both Epsilon-Greedy and softmax selection policy. The first point is exploration exploitation balance. The balance is performed in Epsilon-Greedy is epsilon value. In softmax selection policy, we are using tau, temperature parameter. It is a probability based, it is fixed exploration. Here fixed exploration, it is probability based exploration. Decision making in Epsilon-Greedy approach is binary. It is performed only exploration exploitation. It is a perform the decision making of the softmax selection policy probabilistic. It is gradually moved to the exploitation. The next one is complexity. Epsilon-Greedy is a very less complexity, is not required any calculation, so it is a low complexity. It requires some calculation, so it is a medium complexity. The next one is flexibility. It is the less flexibility of the Epsilon-Greedy. It is why it is the less flexibility. It is the static. It is suitable for the static environment. And it is more flexible. Why it is more flexible? It is the dynamic adjustment of exploration. The next, adaptability. It is fixed. Why it is the static? It is suitable for the static environment. So it is a fixed rate, may not adapt well to the change environment. It is not adapt well to changing environment. It is highly adaptable. Softmax is highly adaptable. It is tuned to any type of environment. The computational requirements, it is low. It not require the any computationals in the Epsilon-Greedy approach. It requires the computationals higher due to the need for exponential and normalization for probability distribution calculation, and it is suitable for Epsilon-Greedy is suitable for simple and static environment. It is suitable for complex and dynamic environments. The final conclusion of the comparison of the Epsilon-Greedy and softmax selection policy. Epsilon-Greedy approach is suitable for static environment applications and simple type of applications. The softmax Epsilon-Greedy, the softmax selection policy is suitable for the complex type of applications, and it is suitable for dynamic environment type of applications. Thank you.